Morning. It is August 2nd, 5:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to read some email and describe the events of last Thursday. Many of you, this is going to be a private video on my YouTube channel, but I need a place to document this. This video is being made after I have spoken to a couple of you. Everybody getting this is on the hand, if you will. The events of July 27th, I want to describe them because it got kind of horrific, and there was mentions of firearms and whatnot. I'm going to read an email exchange. This email exchange started after a phone call from Eddie Floyd. As many of you know, I am working at the Wainima Ranch. I was here developing a sustainable agriculture project for this place that has been canceled because of ownership issues. Eddie and Shari Floyd don't own Wainima Ranch, so there's an ownership issue. The people that actually own it, a Dr. Forsyth, he has questionable, been convicted of human hearth hormone, administering them illegally and stuff like that. So there's a question there. These people all have bankruptcies in their background. Eddie Floyd has been to prison, a couple of arrests in his background. And one of the things that I have found that we're examining right now, I don't know if there's any illegalities going on here, but I find it ironic that you would own a radio station or a radio format station or whatever the involvement is with America Matters Media. You would go on that station and ask for donations for a 501c and then spend $10,000 on a marketing and advertising campaign. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know. But last Thursday on the 27th, when all this developed, I was asked, okay, fine, I'll pack it up. I'll get out of here. Here's a timeline. I have my entire shop here. These people want to, I've been here working for 16 months with no pay. I came here to redevelop the business, redevelop the brand, etc., etc., etc. This was all agreed upon. There's articles starting January 4th, 2016. There's articles on the blog. There's posts in public media. Another person came here to help develop a horse program that was involved in a proposal that I submitted, and they were lied to also. Basically, what they want is somebody to come feed and water animals that are not healthy. The wild animals are leaving. But anyways, back on the 27th, because I am liquidating, I have tools. I've already taken a $7,000 loss on liquidating equipment to raise funds to accommodate what's going on with them. And on the 27th, I get a phone call in the morning. It was like early in the morning because my first email went out at 8:28. So the phone call came in probably around 8 o'clock, 8-ish or so, asking me to meet people at the gate, which is a mile from where I am. And they want me to load equipment, load tools, overhead hoists, 200-pound compressors, stuff like this. They want me to load this stuff in the truck, take it up to the gate so people can look at the items. And I told them no. I'm going to read an email exchange here, and then I'm going to describe the activities that happened when Eddie Floyd got home on the 27th of July. After our phone call, I said, I have scheduled these after 4 o'clock as you have requested, but I'll pull all the ads and figure something else out. What I'm referring to is I have over 200 ads advertising items I have for sale to liquidate items and raise cash to do what needs to be done. And then I go on. Now, from this point on, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be some colorful language. Bear with me, please, and indulge me. This is bullshit. You want me gone, buy me out. I have already taken a $7,000 loss on stuff I've dumped to quote-unquote help you. I'm not going to play this childish crap with you guys anymore. I need the following: tires and registration fees for the travel trailer, that's about $350. A truck to move my trailer. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I have been here for 16 months. Everything you see that I developed out here, I paid for out of my pocket. $300 for a septic system that I installed myself, dug the 4x4 by 6 foot hole myself by hand because they wouldn't let me use a tractor. Okay? There's over $1,000 in plants and seed and everything out there. Not to count, and I haven't even got to my time. Haven't even got to the time. Anyways, I go on to say, I need storage for 1 year and I need space rent for 1 year. I had a storage unit lined up. He didn't act on it. They wanted, when I get done with this, I'm going to tell you what they want to do. We can keep fucking around, or you and the piece of shit doctor can get real and act right. There is no more conversation to be had. Stop trying to sell me. And while you're having conversations today, you may want to ask yourself why my attorney feels the correct move for me is to request an eviction notice. This is Eddie's response. Please stop threatening me. I am only trying to help you. And you said Wednesday you thanked me for helping. I thanked him for giving me a ride so I could walk around town all day and waste a whole day to deal with his nonsense. Please, let's be friends again and call me. I'm not fucking you. I get pretty pointed here, ladies and gentlemen. Get a grip, Eddie. When my welfare is at stake, I do not make threats. Every time I don't view things through your rosy glasses, you accuse me of threatening you. Is your reading comprehension that poor, or do you just adopt the Alinsky principle and attack everybody that does not perceive things with your view? I'm sorry, Eddie, but everything you have proposed as a friendship gesture fucks me. The sooner you start to get a grip, the reality, I am a fucking means to an end to your financial gravy train, the better. Stop making bullshit offers that fuck me. That is not a friend. That is someone looking out for their own ass. You look at this as, and when I say you look at this, I'm referring to the entire situation as a whole. How do I fix things right now and make everyone happy? You can't. I told you down in the pit, I understand. And when I'm talking about understanding, I made a comment to him. Don't think for 1 minute I do not understand loving somebody so much you would step in front of a train for them to protect them and their offspring. Eddie's wife is kind of paranoid schizophrenia. There's a little bit of that going on. There's a bipolar situation going on, and there's the onset of dementia going on, which are probably something that should have been discussed with me before I was asked to come here and work and help his wife. Those issues should have been discussed. I'm sorry. I also stated, I will be civil, respectful, and courteous and continue to carry my weight, like helping Mike with the hay runs, the dump runs, fencing, etc. Asked Shari about our conversation. I asked her to come down, show me how she wants me to set the pit up when I'm done. I'm trying to stay on schedule, Eddie. I don't have time to waste a day riding into town with you to spend most of the day navigating bus routes and listen to you act like you're doing me some big favor. I could have gone with Mike yesterday, worked all day Tuesday and half of yesterday. So you'll have to forgive me for being annoyed with all the butthurt bullshit. I understand you're trying to fix things and help, and this is just me. You're not thinking down the road, just down the block. What's down the road is far more important than what's at the end of the block. If you step back and take inventory, looking down the block is what got you in this position. I put things in motion, and I've called in some favors to accomplish what I need to do. In closing, you really need to step back from this threat crap. If you perceive as a threat, I have presented facts. Everything you perceive as a threat, I have presented as facts. And that's what they are, ladies and gentlemen. I presented facts. If the facts are a threat to you, sorry, but they seem to be pesky and they won't go away. This message was sent when you hung up on me and don't want to talk to me. If that's what you want forever, I will accommodate you. Obviously, this is from Eddie. If you are no longer my friend, that is, you call, I have not and will not stop liking you and me as friends. I am not bullshitting you. Anyway, I do understand your anger and hope you understand I was only hoping to help us both in the beginning. This was my response. This is selling me. You don't get to flip this around and make it my fault. Again, Olinsky Tactics. When Eddie got home that day, about 3 o'clock, he came straight to my trailer. He was a little infuriated. I'm your friend, I'm your friend, I'm your friend, God damn it, I'm your friend, I'm your fucking friend, I'm your only fucking friend you have. That's the kind of stuff he was saying. When I tried to explain to him, and so I tried to do a little walkabout and show him, hey, look, Eddie, I dug that septic, I did all this. And my thing wasn't going to be, I want to be reimbursed. My deal was going to be, why would I spend all this time and my money? Why would I just move out here on your ranch on the back 40, set up shop, and then do all this stuff out of my pocket if there wasn't something in it for me in the end? If there wasn't an end game for me, Alliday LLC, etc., etc. Why would somebody come and do that, Eddie? That was the point I was trying to make to him. But every time I tried to show him something like, well, your wife said she liked strawberries. Your wife said she liked flowers. Your wife said she liked herbs. She liked spaghetti squash, butternut squash, all the different squashes I have planted, the pumpkins, blah, blah, blah. And as I was going around, every time I would try to explain something to him and show him something that was basically for him and his wife, because that's where the conversation had gone when we were having them, he would talk over me. I'm your friend, I'm your friend, I'm your friend. He said this so many times it makes me want to puke. When I told him and tried to reason with him, he would not listen. He kept following me around, yelling at me, I'm your friend. And he kept insisting. And I said, no, Eddie, you're not my friend. My friend would not have stood by while his wife chewed my ass out for doing something he asked me to do. That's not a friend, ladies and gentlemen. That's somebody that has their head up their ass. When this doctor guy came out, I heard the doctor on the phone call me a quote-unquote fucking squatter. Now, my understanding is Eddie had a conversation a while back. The doctor was out here visiting with somebody and somebody made a reference and it was kind of negative to all the work I've done. Eddie and Shari had a conversation with the doctor at that time. That's, in my humble opinion, where squatter came from. Somebody did not explain why I'm here to the doctor who owns the property. When I submitted a business proposal based on our conversations and everything, I stipulated in the proposal, which I still have, I chose this project over other projects because of the challenge and it would be the most rewarding. Not once has Eddie or Shari ever came and asked me about anything in the proposal, which leads me to believe they don't understand what they read. Again, that email was a threat. Me telling him what I need. That's a threat. Me telling him what I need. The statement at the end. Think about why my attorney wants me to take you to court. That's a fact. That's not a threat. My attorney wants me. My attorney has advised me. Don't piss around with them. Force the issue. Request an eviction notice. I've done it twice now. I haven't heard anything. Now, when Eddie followed me around, after about 30 minutes, I pretended to get a text and said, I have to go to the gate and meet this guy. I had stuff in the back of the truck. I get out. I get in the truck and I get out of here. I didn't have a text. I go down and hide in the pit. And about 2 minutes later, Here comes a Cadillac flying down the road. There's a rooster tail of dust shooting out. It looks like a jet ski on the lake. It's shooting like 60 feet in the air. That's how fast this guy's driving on these dirt roads. That I'm surprised he didn't bust an axle up. But when he comes back down to the pit, he starts, hey, you have to excuse me, man. They took me off some Lexa drug and da-da-da-da. It makes me really irritable. I said, yeah, well, you've been this way for a while. How long ago did they take you off the dope? His wife shows up, Shari. He asked Shari, what are you doing? Why are you down here? And she responded, I'm just here to make sure you don't have a heart attack. Do you need your gun? And she gave me that look like, yeah, we'll shoot you and bury you out here in the middle of nowhere. Hence, I'm making this recording now. Everybody that I have talked to in confidence on this has advised that I start documenting everything that goes on here, which I will after today. That's what happened last Thursday, July 27th. Over the weekend, Desiree Justin was here. Eddie has lied to me about that woman. And so you guys know, she has told me that if push came to shove, she would stand behind me in court and testify as to what happened and what she witnessed last summer. I've kind of hung out here to keep an eye on that girl's animals. Eddie and Shari don't know that we have developed a bond, if you will. Kind of in the same situation. We were kind of thrown. Desiree was invited here to help Shari develop a horse adoption program to complement what they had going on here, which is also in the proposal. Not once have they asked any questions about the proposal. And when we go over stuff, like in the proposal, it says, my plan is to develop this living area and leave, buy new, and leave, so Wainima Ranch always has a home for a worker. They always have a place. They can provide somebody with a nice little home. I have a 30-foot travel trailer, which is actually 40-some years. It's a collector's item. I was going to leave it here. It's in the proposal. Not anymore. Not anymore. And when I get done, everything here that I have done, and this is why I'm sending this to everybody, I need help. I want to take this place apart and leave a pile of fucking weeds, just like this lot was when my brother pulled my trailer on here, and we parked it here. A couple people in the beginning I should have listened to. One of them is you, Warren. I'm sorry. Yeah, you called it the first fucking day we were here. Other people warned me when they saw I was getting involved with Eddie, that he's a scam bullshit artist. And I said, nah, I'm publicizing all this. He's not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to let him do this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to let him do this. But, as I said, on the advice of everybody that I've talked to on this, I will start recording this, and I have made this recording just for that reason. If anybody really wants to help me, I've asked a few people to call it psychological warfare if you want. I've asked everybody that I know right now. I'm sending out a request to everybody I know. Please get a hold of Wainima Ranch and request their 990 form. It's public information and they have to give it to you. And I want to start, this is going out to all around the country right now. So please, if you would do that favor for me right now, request from Wainima Ranch 2015's 990 or 2016 990. It's August, ladies and gentlemen. 2016 990. I think some funny stuff is going on here, and it's time to expose it. I'm done. I got to protect me. I got to protect the name Alliday. I worked too hard since I've been out of prison. I have worked too hard to reestablish my name and reestablish that right behind me, Alliday. There's someone very special involved there, and I'm not letting this piece of crap fuck that up. Thanks, everybody. Thanks.